Akinlade, Odunayo, and I'm the MD CEO of ONANA Projects Limited, Nigeria, and we are into
Conversation, 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 conversation. Life's journey. Hey, conversation, 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 conversation. Let's talk about it.
my name is Akinlade, Odunayo, and I'm the MD CEO of ONANA Projects Limited, Nigeria, and we are into property development, real estate, and we are also into construction. And we have other smaller subsidiaries, and actually by next year we're trying to merge into a group. So basically, our main business is property development. We build houses to sell. So that's what we do basically.
Yeah, welcome to the conversation.
Yeah, so thank you, Muji. And thanks for having me.
The feel of your academic background. Can you just tell us, after command, the schools you went, certificate, whatever you've done academically?
Yeah, I am one of the TSS of Command Secondary School in Paja, and like I said, I always say it's the best set Command has ever produced. And having left Command, I had a 1 year. I went to Top Tutors, where for the preparatory school into university, and from there that actually ran for a year. And after that I went to Federal University of Technology, Akure, where I obtained a BTech in industrial chemistry. So, and from there I actually worked with my mom. I was under tutelage with my mom, my late mom, who passed on last month. No, passed on in July. And I was under her tutelage. She was a businesswoman. She was a major contractor to multinationals and federal government agencies and parastatals, especially Nigerian Ports Authority. So I was under with I worked with her. And 1999, when politics started, I followed suit too. I joined some leaders, and I followed suit. And I had a friends that was really into politics, so we worked with him, and he invited for the House of Rep, and in 1999, but he lost the election, but repeated in 2023, and he won the election. So I was senior legislative aide for 8 years, because we were there for 8 years from 2003 to 2011. So by the time I left National Assembly, I started my own business. Although I'd always been in business, then I went into construction and property development, and I started small and gradually, was growing, and we are here today, and we're on our 20th project as we speak. So, and it's always been on referral basis. That's why whatever you do, you're doing in life, make sure you do it diligently and satisfactorily. So we've been leaning on referrals based on our past projects, and we're here. And in 2017, I went to Nigerian Institute of Transport Technology, Zaria, where I had a diploma in transport technology. So, because I have a flair for all-age business, but I'm still stuck to my property development though. And that's where we are.
Great. One of the things I've asked you earlier on was, I hear that business in Nigeria is not so good. I mean, but except you have, someone, you really cannot succeed in business. So would you say because of your political your type or whatever position, not political position, but you working with a politician has helped your business? Would you say that is
It has not helped in any way because while I've tried doing contracting business, both in Lagos, Abuja, and where have you. By the end of the day, I realized I had wasted 3 years of my life chasing people on promises and all sorts. And got to a stage I said to myself, why do I need to chase people? And I have a family to take care of. No income was coming in based on I was just believing somebody was going to come out from Abuja and all that. So I said to myself, let me go back to Lagos. I was in Abuja then and went back to Lagos and I started my construction business and my real estate business and started small. But my advice is just to everyone, build an institution, make yourself an institution rather than chase after government institutions or people in high places. And for me, by the time you make yourself an institution, you will still be recognized one way or the other. It gets to a stage, by the time you want to go back to have businesses with them, it will be on a plain ground because it's going to be mutual then because you have what it takes and you have what to give and equally they will recognize you then. So just build an institution around yourself and the sky will definitely be the limit. You know, that's the way
Instead
to
of
go. That
lobbying and soliciting help,
is a waste
build
of
yourself.
time. It's a waste of time. For me, it's a waste of time. And for me, it's a waste of time. Just build your own institution and be yourself. Build a brand name. Whatever the name of your company is, make it a brand and whatever you do. And I'm sure it might be difficult. And I'm not saying definitely it's always difficult and all that, but you always get over it one way or the other. And like people always say, it's difficult doing business in Nigeria. Fine, even everywhere in the world, but we cannot run away, and we'll survive it and all that. Because especially now, it's going to a stage you can't really explain how to go about your business, how to make it survive, because even the exchange rate, like what we do basically most times, we have to import most of the finishing materials and look at the exchange rate now, it's quite killing and you just still have to do what you have to do, you know? So, but I'll tell you, it's not the best of time, but we just have to keep doing what we have to do. That's just it.
Yeah, so Odunayo, can you just share with us some of your, from your experience in life, some of the
Yeah.
lessons you have learned from this?
Well, like I always say to people and tell people that, especially most of us that were in business, and I say it over and over, and I see people, even the younger ones that are trying to come up, they like to start off a business and only have a book, which is the profit book, and they always forget about the profit and loss. And at the end of the day, when the losses come and they can, most times they cannot get over it because they've never emphasized that. It's always about profit. And I'll tell you, I've lost so much funds in doing business, but that ability to say, okay, definitely, yeah, there'll be losses. And so I have the grace and ability to quickly move on and people are like, what's wrong with this guy? He has moved to another, he made so much losses in this one. And I keep telling myself, if you don't move on, those losses, you can't cover it back. So that's the way life is. So I move on. So I don't allow it to weigh me down. So, but there's no way in life that it's going to be profit all the way. So when you are making profit and you're happy, be happy. And when the losses come, be happy too. But the ability to move on, you must have that spirit. And that's why some of us, we don't go into depressions and all that. Some people, they can never get out of it. And life itself is not straight. I keep telling people, and especially my wife, she likes to say it. When things, she doesn't understand things, and she'll call me that you have always told me that life is not straight. Truly, life is not straight. And I've learned that so many years back. And for everyone, I like to live life the way it comes, and I think I've seen more. We keep seeing every other time, but I've really seen. But for me, there's really nothing much to life. So he has made me to be to conform myself into a particular way of life. I don't see any big deal about people having money, things like that. So it's mundane to me. Fine, we all have it. We want to live good life. I do myself, but it's not to the detriment of others. That's I look at politicians. They are given a portfolio, and the next thing is how to enrich yourself and all that. They're not making any meaningful impact. And well, I believe one day we'll get there. We'll sit down and we'll be able to say, okay, well, we'll get there, Muji. We'll get there.
If a child comes to you now, one of the things we discussed earlier on was the fact that, kids, we growing up, were made to depend on our parents.
Yeah.
A few of us maybe worked with our parents, but I look at my children now and I see that they are different from us.
Yeah.
I have a son that they go to school, they go to work, they are on point. They seem to be together, more together than we were. Would you say it was our upbringing or maybe the school or something? What would you say is the difference?
It's everything together, and it got to a stage where, even it's still happening, especially now, where people choose what they will do. People would rather be hungry than to work because they choose what they actually want to do. I'll tell you, there are a lot of jobs in Nigeria, but people choose what they want to do. They don't want to be an artisan. They don't want to be this. They don't want to be known as that. And I keep telling people, I've worked in London before. I was cleaning the train. I'd cleaned the train before. I don't care, the mental health and the elderly, and I get paid. And most of my friends, even in London, they couldn't do it. They were still looking for probably better jobs and all that. They come to me for money, and I'm like, the money is the money. It doesn't stink. It doesn't, So they have to learn. They're not their dad. If the dad is successful, it doesn't mean you're not your dad. You have to build yourself up. You have to build yourself as well, And it's the system too. Like my son was in communal university before they travel abroad. He had to go and start all over. Imagine he was meant to go to part 3. He had to start from year 1. That was the conversion. And the next thing they told him, he had to work. And he started crying. He said they brought him to Canada to come and suffer. The mom had to call me. He had to go and see a psychologist. I had to go and see that. How will a man not work? You'll be sitting at home. And that is what they do in Nigeria. You find university students, all they do for 4 years is just go to university. They come back home on holidays and doing nothing, watching TV or just they're here and there. So all that really have to change, Even our parents, when they were in school, most of them did part-time. They were working and they were going to school, and that's why most of them, they never failed in any of their courses. You can't be paying for your tuition and you fail, or you go and join secret cults or join or other vices, or So, but right now you have most of the students have a lot of free times to play around, because everything is paid for by their dad, by their mom, by their uncle, by their this, by their that. None of them, they're not looking at all that. So that's why the ones abroad, they quickly gain experience in terms of job experience, because they've been working since 15. By the time they're 21, 23, and they're out of the university, probably they've changed about 3-4 jobs. That's why when we go abroad, they ask, what job experience do you have? We're like, I just left university. But over there, they already have
so
4,
crazy. 5. We don't have. Oh boy, it's so embarrassing when they ask you your job experience and we have nothing.
Nothing. At almost 30, then you don't have any experience. You've been living under the roof of your dad. At 25, whatever, they're moving out. They're staying on their own because they have a better sense of the value for money, because yeah. But when you keep giving people money, they don't have any sense of it, because they're not the one, and they're not working hard for it. So it's like the university system needs to change in Nigeria as well. It shouldn't be 24 hours you're in school and all that. People need to work and go to school. I think it's going to be better. Nigeria will be better for that. And, you know, and this whole idea of leaving school and looking for a job as well, I think it's the university system and even the system itself. We need to start looking at building businesses right from the universities, especially and all that. We should do more of the student. Yes, technical schools too. It's not bad, but the technical school has to be that they will deal more in theories, not practical. You get it, and Nigeria will be better for it. Like I always say, we have a long way to go and a lot to do. A lot to do. You know, I was telling someone recently, why not individually? There are a lot of businesses out there that you can really do, and Nigeria is still a developing nation, so there's still a lot to do, and that's why there was a time whenever I'm traveling, I find a lot of other countries, whites coming in and like, what are they coming to do, and we are going, you know. So,
because we all want to work in the office. Everybody wants to work in an office. Everybody wants to get the tie.
There's no money in the office, Moji. The money is really out there.
I don't know why we want to work in the office.
I tell you, the money is out there, and with the idea of having my own business, we should eradicate that. The younger generation, they can come together and form a business, have business idea, and push it together, and you know, you can grow into a conglomerate. And thank God for the fintech. A lot of them are going to it, and they're doing well. Even with all adversaries and all that, there's still Nigeria. Nigeria is we're just blessed, and it's a great nation. And it's just the leadership absence that we have that has made us to be in the position at which we are in. You know.
But so do you vote? Because I hear because most of us don't vote.
I vote reluctantly, but because it's not even out of two, it's never the best of the two that is competing. Maybe two parties that are lucky. It's not the best of the two, you know, because there are a lot of sentiments that comes to play. This one has waited for 8 years. It should be a stun. Even when you know, the non-entities come to play. You know, I'm sorry to use that, but that's just it. Nigerians are all over the world. We're thriving, we're blazing, and all that. We're leaders in our own right. Even as you are, Muji, you are having ideas, you know, for it to come to fusion and all that. It's greatness. And a lot of people are looking up to us, and but we can't deliver as much as we would have loved to in a lifetime, just because of where we are from and the hindrances and all that, you know. But I'm sure one day there's going to be a turn one day that the actual people will come to power, and there'll be light. There'll be light, but right now there's no light anymore. Yes, it's going to work. It's going to work. Yes, yes. Nigeria should be run as a business. You know, that's the only way. When you run the country as a business, there will be profit, and the populace will end dividends. It's called dividends. We should run Nigeria as a business. It's a business place and all that, and that's why I like make references to Akwa Ibom, governor of Akwa Ibom. I've never met with him. I think he's doing well. He has an airline. They'll start manufacturing the cars. They're building a seaport. Let states think alike. You don't need to go to Abuja to go and do what in Abuja. You don't need to create your own enabling environment. Create your own institutions. What stops Lagos State from having its own seaport? What stops it from having its own refinery? What stops Lagos State from having its own international airport? Now they want to concession most of the airports. Why can't Lagos State buy Lagos State? Nobody's stopping you from doing that. So, but at the end of the day, I look back and look at it. They like to talk. Why do they like to talk? They say we must discuss it, consider a conference. You don't need to discuss anything. Run your business, build your own institutions. Look at it right now. The airlines are all being owned by the people from the southeast. So where are the others? You know, it's
Wow.
owned by people. You can build your institution individually, collectively, as a state, as a local government. It just depends on individuals. So, but I think it's high time we run Nigeria as a business so we can make profits and the people can enjoy the dividend of that business called Nigeria. So
Yeah,
that's just it.
one of the lessons I've learned from you, speaking with you is when you said that's why we have letter A, we have letter E.
Yeah.
All different. Stay in your lane. Can you
Yeah,
tell us
yeah.
give us one or two other lessons that we can take from you today?
I'll say at every time life is not straight. For me, I don't see, even when I watch the news and when I listen to people talk and all that, I filter it myself because I look at it that life is not straight. It might work for you and it might not work for me. And I like to always be in my own space because if I'm in my own space, I don't compete with others unnecessarily. I don't look at other people's uh, I don't measure myself with other people. I stay in my own space and I grow. I like to grow organic, and I just grow at my own pace, and within that space, I grow in my own pace. So that's just it for me, because most times I try to look at times to the left, and what you see it becomes a distraction. These guys move quickly. Well, we are in the same business. But when the chips are down, you just realize you're still standing, and those ones are no more. So let me just be in your space, be contented, and life will throw you up and down, but you'll still remain standing, and that's just it. Perseverance and hard work.
Perseverance and hard work.
Yes, yes, and whatever we're doing, it might be tough, but people are watching. So anything you're doing, do it well. People are watching, and the world will surely come because they'll call you one day that they've noticed you. So that work pays. Just keep working, keep working. We'll get there.
As somebody said, keep trucking. Just keep trucking.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like the Johnny Walker. The guy just keep walking on the purpose, but doesn't know where it's going. Finally, we end up somewhere, probably in someone's bar.
Okay, that's another one.
Just keep walking.
Yeah. So, what would be your last? What would you like to say to us on the final note?
I'll just say, let's still believe in us. Let's keep believing in ourselves, number one, and believe in Nigeria as well. It's going to be okay. It's a phase. And you asked the question, if I do vote, and I'll tell people out there, in as much as we might be reluctant to vote and all that, let's just still try, and let's just still try and vote, because number one is a civic right and obligation, and one of our own will surely be there. Someone that will think about us, that will think Nigeria, that has the blood of Nigeria in his vein, not that of another, but the blood of Nigeria, because there's no way mother will go to sleep when a child is crying. Nigeria is crying right now, and the leaders are sleeping. So for me, I am very optimistic. There will be a change very very soon, and we'll all be fine for it. And like I said, we have to run Nigeria as a business. That's the only way out, because we'll be making profit. Thank you, Moji.
Good. Yeah. Odunayo, thank you so much. Thank you for the time, because I understand that business people are their time is very important to them. Well, thank you for taking our time to have this conversation with us.
Thank you, Moji.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for having me, and keep doing what you're doing. These are platforms and in which we can discuss. It gets to a stage, the only way to give back is on forums like this, that you can actually talk, and for the younger ones to listen. Yeah, that's the only way we can give back. And thank you for having me once again.
I appreciate your time. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And thank you everyone for watching. It's been wonderful. I believe that you've learned so much from Odunayo. And until my next guest, bye for now.
All right, then. Bye.